Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Starcraft 2 Daily Masters. And yeah, let's start checking it out. I do believe we have a Terran versus Zerg going on here. And I need to turn the AC on because it's starting to get... I don't know, I got this very weird imbalance where if it's a little bit too cold, I turn it off. And if it's a little bit too hot, I got to turn it on. Like, there's no sort of mixed period where it's like, from 25 to 30 I'm okay. It's a very, very small period, and yeah. Anyway, whatever. So we're going to be moving on to this game. Down the bottom right side of the map is going to be ForGG. He's from South Korea, plays for the Millennium team, and I think we cast him a couple of days ago actually. So yeah, it's definitely a very awesome player, and definitely he's building a barracks right now, and he's got the rally point over to here. Unfortunate. He's got to be seeing that Overlord coming down. Has he seen the Overlord coming down? That should change his plans once he sees the Overlord. And the Overlord is, of course, going to be belonging to Leenock. Leenock, of course, also from South Korea, and plays for the Yo Flash Wolves team, which he recently joined, like at the end of January this year, actually. So there we go. Rally points changed. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And Leenock going for the hatch into pool sort of play. Both players very, very standard. And the Overlord may have even guessed the Reaper, seen the Reaper. I'm really not sure, but instantly we're going to have a lot of Lings coming out, a couple of Queens as well. And those 4 Lings, microed correctly, should easily be able to take care of that Reaper. So not much going to happen here. We do have ForGG going for another Reaper, as well as a command center coming out. So he's feeling pretty secure with what's going on, and he's feeling like, yeah, he could definitely pump out that command center, get a bit of economy going a little bit earlier. The Lings actually, yeah, they're not really too worried about this guy, I guess. Leenock had the advantage of not having any workers down there, not having transitioned any workers down there yet. So he didn't have to worry too much about the Reapers, he just had to make sure they stayed away from the main base. And yes, now they're going to be pretty screwed. The Queen's actually coming down the ramp. The Reapers get around the long way, they could, no, but the Queens managed to get back on the creep in time. If they were really, really far off the creep, it may have taken them too long, and the Reapers could have gone around the back way, and that could have been devastating. But the Queens are getting back on the creep in a fairly decent amount of time, so yeah, as long as the Queens are able to stay mobile, they're definitely going to be able to throw these Reapers away. Oh, the Reaper's running in though. ForGG being quite persistent, and he finally does take a worker down. I think this looks like they got a couple of kills, but I think those are link kills. And here we go, some transitioning workers. But that's a dangerous place to run into. And ForGG realizing that is going to run out. I don't know if they can actually jump up this cliff. I think this one full of the ice, I don't think they can jump up that one, so they're going to go through the back one. But anyway, look at this stuff going on. The Reaper's running in here. And is he going for a 3rd command center? Is that what's happening here? I think he is. He's going for a 3rd command center. So, yeah, ForGG going to be going for some insane amount of stuff here. Oh, that Reaper's so close to dying. Manages to get out there. And I think he's definitely taken out 1 worker. Maybe a couple of others. It's a bit hard to tell, unfortunately. This thing doesn't have tell us exactly what units were lost, unlike the normal replay interface, but yeah, whatever. So we've got a Spinecrawler coming out, maybe Leenock expecting some early pressure of some kind, but it's not going to be happening. We've got Factory pumping out a bunch of Hellions, and that is it as far as 4G is concerned. He's not going for any sort of mass barracks sort of stuff. He's not going for a Banshee play. He's not going for any early game sort of stuff other than these Hellions and these Reapers, and that's very, very, very standard stuff. So nothing that Leenock is going to have any trouble in dealing with. But of course, we all know what 4GG's plan is. It is a ton of workers. It is a ton of economy. He's getting it up nice and fast. And I mean, Leenock's doing a pretty good job. He's 12 workers ahead. He's really been pushing his economy quite hard. He's got a nice gate here as well, which is good. Looks like he's going for Roach Hydra. Hellions are going to be showing up, taking out the creep. That's going to be a little bit annoying. Actually cancelling those creep tombs as well, which is a smart move by Leenock to avoid them getting owned. Hey, it looks like follow mode is working again. It gets broken like every few days. I come back and follow mode is broken. So there we go. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And yeah, trying to get through that gap with the Spinecrawler there. This is not a Hellion-friendly defense right here. This is going to get owned, so good stuff. And the thin gap, which 4G might have had, 4GG, is completely closed because now roaches are out on the map, so the Hellion harass is going to go down. And this is the point where you've got to say, okay, I need something that can actually kill roaches, because he doesn't have it at the moment. He really, really doesn't. Getting the scan off, going to see the roaches if he didn't know they were there already. So yeah, instantly he's got to start building up the army. I don't know when he's going to move that across, but he does have a fair amount of economy there. 48 under 51, that's quite impressive. But yes, now he just has to start concentrating on the army. And because, yeah, army-wise, he's behind by a little bit, about 20 supply. And yeah, this maybe he extended himself a little bit too much. He's building a lot of forces right now, but where will they be in time to deal with this roach stuff? I'm really, really not sure. Work is actually coming out in preparation, but the roaches aren't ready to go in just yet. He's even got the Hellions on the high ground just to spray fire on them. But yes, I mean, right now all that 4G needs is time. He just needs time to build the Marauders, to build the Marines, to get a decent army out. I mean, Leenock is interested in one thing, and that is getting his third base up and running. He's not interested in wiping out 4G with these roaches, so I don't think that's what he's going to do. He's interested in getting his own third down, and I suppose making sure that 4GG doesn't have a third base down himself. So he's got one roach there. Keep and watch. He's keeping 4GG contained. He doesn't know that 4GG has a third base already. I don't think he does. Let's have a look. He does. He did see it. Though that he may assume that's the natural though. So yeah, I don't know. He may not know there's a third there. So he may not know that the worker count for 4GG is quite as high as it actually is. And it's quite high, 56. He's not building workers anymore. But that's a very, very decent income right there. So quite impressive. And yeah, maybe Leenock's playing the macro game right here. He's saying, all right, I got 3 bases. Terran player has 2. I'm just gonna mine my ass off, build a huge army, and overwhelm him. Because if he can't get 3 bases, then he's gonna be screwed. And here we go. Maybe this is Leenock's plan. He's got the 4th base going down. If he can keep 4GG contained and manage to get 4 bases, he'll be running 4 base versus 2. And that would be quite, yeah, quite good from his point of view. But I don't know, man. I mean, 4GG does have that macro advantage with the worker numbers, with the very early 3rd base, and that can start to come out in his army size if he really pumps it up. And he really, really is pumping it up right now. So it's going to be awesome. He's not going to be able to get an actual 3rd base without Leenock realizing it, and then there's going to be a lot of pressure put on it. But if he waits long enough, he's going to have so much more forces than Leenock was expecting, and in that case he should be able to hold off quite well against this army from Leenock. And he's doing pretty good so far. Upgrade wise, he's lagging behind quite a bit. Leenock actually doing an exemplary job of getting his upgrades up. He's nearly finished 2-2 at the 13-minute mark, which is pretty damn good. There is a roach down there, which is going to be annoying because it's going to be forcing a scan. Missile turret, I'm not sure what this is for. Maybe he's realizing there may be some burrowed roaches coming around, but he's actually got a couple of tanks, which will be good if Hydras decide to show themselves on the map. Not really seeing a Hydra presence too much. We got a Hydra list in, but only 9 of them so far. Just I think they're mainly just dropship counters at the moment. Yeah, look at these guys over there. They're totally dropship counters. Doesn't want to build spores for some reason, so just building a few Hydras everywhere. And here we go. Gonna have to do a scan here to get rid of that roach. Or does he? No, he's building a missile turret there. So that's a nice, easy solution, and beautiful, beautiful stuff. So Leenock, he desperately does not want 4GG to try and get that macro advantage, to try and get up there. So yeah, he's just he's playing his cards right. He's trying to keep 4GG down a little bit. He's actually checking this base. I don't know why he's checking this base. There's nothing here. Maybe he's going to sneak around here, sneak in through this area. That is not going to work. Bunch of Hellions coming in. I think they killed a few workers here. Just a few, but not a great deal of workers going down, I guess. And Leenock, man, I don't know. In terms of army, he's a little bit all over the place. He's got a lot of roaches. He's got a lot of hydras, but we saw him go for a spire just before. And I don't know what the hell he's building right now. Corruptors. Okay, so Roach Hydra Corruptor is a pretty good idea. That's a pretty good game plan. Corruptors mainly for the medevacs, and you don't need a lot of them, but the fact that he is building a lot of them as well as a greater spire makes me think that he is going for Broodlords. And that I suppose he can do, because he has got this early 4th base and he has had that gas going for a while. So he's got lots of gas saved up, and all of that gas does mean that he can field a lot of Broodlords out on the map. So we're going to be seeing exactly how this sort of works out now. How many starports, or stargates, or whatever the hell they're called? We got 1 so far for ForGG. Only 1? And if he's going to have any chance of dealing with the Broodlords, he's going to need a couple more. I would say at least 2, but 3 wouldn't be a bad number either, and then just start pumping out Vikings left, right, and center, because Marines are going to be, their usefulness is going to be a bit funny, not quite reliable against the Broodlords. So yeah, not going to be fun. We got a half decent army here, but I think ForGG could go in and really hit this hard. Leenock choosing to hide behind the spine crawlers, and that is a great idea if there were only Marines here, but there are of course siege tanks, and suddenly Leenock, I mean, his spine crawler's not doing the job that he needed to do, and he's going to start moving in here, keeping his guys sort of spread out to avoid the big fungal hits. So very good job there. Some queens actually coming out. What do we got in here? Just a couple of lings, not really doing a lot of damage. And ForGG sees the Broodlords instantly, going to be getting out of there. And now he needs the Viking numbers. There's really nothing else. Maybe Broodlords? Oh no, sorry, maybe Battle Cruisers, but Battle Cruisers are an insanely dodgy, slow unit sort of thing. So yes, he does need some Vikings. And here we go, 2 more starports instantly being built. He knows how desperately he needs those Vikings right now, and he is going to be getting a lot of them. Beautiful, beautiful fungals going off for Leenock. And these fungals are absolutely fantastic. He's really, really shredding this army down in here. And ForGG caught completely by surprise by the Broodlords. Oh man, my English is horrible. And here we go, the Marines just softened up too much. They tried to get in there with the Broodlords, and Leenock managed to hit the beautiful fungals, the perfect fungals that he needed to hit. And now ForGG is on the retreat, man. He is definitely on the retreat. He's building a crap load of Marines, but with all of these fungals on the ground, I really don't know what he can possibly do. He needs the air support. He needs the Vikings, and he's not building them at the moment. He just doesn't have enough at the moment. He's trying to put everything into building Marines. And yeah, I don't know. I think he's done here. I think he may be screwed. He's going for a bit of a counter-attack here, trying to pull Leenock's forces back. I don't think it's going to work. I think Leenock just wants to go in there and just wants to kill everything right now. He may be waiting for level 3 weapons and armor as well, because that could definitely help him out. But this is not a good idea. Throwing your forces against spine crawlers when there's an army attacking you, I mean, no, it's not going to happen. Here we go, the Marine push that's going to hope to kill the Broodlords. All of the queens going down, and this could be where ForGG turns it around to some degree. He has taken out all of those Broodlords. Massive amount of Marines. It took a while, but he saved them all up, and yes, that was an exceptional play right there. But in terms of army, he's not in that great of a position. And look at this, man. Leenock going for the Ultras, and ForGG now has to switch again to start building a ton of Marauders. He's managed to switch. He's seen the Ultras. I don't know how he saw the Ultras, but he has seen them because he was building 4 Marauders at once, and there's only one reason why you would be building 4 Marauders at once when you're going off against like Broodlords and stuff like that. So he must have seen the Marauders, and yeah, here we go. Nice attack up here from the dropship. He's actually managed to kill quite a few workers off Leenock. Maybe there. Maybe there's pretty much nothing lying in there, so I feel like he got quite a few good hits off there. Going in. The Queen attacking the infestation pit. I don't know why they're doing that, but maybe that was a misclick right there. And here we go. Just managed to take all that stuff out, so good stuff. The massive ground forces coming in here, They only have one attack, because of course he was going for Roach Hydra upgrades, so that's not too bad. Marauders need a massive amount of Marauders. It looks like ForGG going in for a flank, but the beautiful fungals on his army means this whole force is going to go down. Marauders on the high ground are going to do a fair bit of damage to the Ultras before they can get in range, so great positioning here by ForGG. It's just a pity he lost so many units on the low ground, and it's actually enough to make Leenock think twice about pursuing this attack. He gets a beautiful fungal off though, does turn around, so he's obviously just waiting for that perfect fungal to just turn around and have a go. One Ultra is just about to go down, so close. Both Ultras going down, and now Leenock's forces back down to normal, but I mean, ForGG, man, he's got nothing left. He's basically running on fumes at the moment in terms of his army, and I don't think he can save this base. I mean, it's just too... I mean, he's repairing it, but he needs that minerals for actually building up his army, so he can't afford to repair it too much. He literally can't afford to repair it too much. And, I mean, let's have a look at the income here. He's doing okay. He must have like 1 million mules coming out or something. There's only 2. I guess his worker numbers are still pretty good. And this base really, really supporting a lot of his mineral income. But yeah, with Ultras out on the field, he's building a ton of Marauders, trying to make them work. He's got 3/3 upgrades. He's got medevacs, he's got siege tanks, so he's pretty good as far as the unit composition he needs. But as far as the army size, nah, man, he's not in a good position at all. Look at these forces come in, going for a ton of lings, and of course Marauders are going to be useless versus those lings. But the siege tanks, yeah, not really, not really. And here we go, just going in, causing all sorts of havoc, and Leenock really is doing a fantastic job in terms of tech switching in this game. He's tech switched like 3 or 4 times now, and always ForGG has been caught off guard and has had to switch over, and every time he's had to switch over to a different unit composition, he's been pushed a little bit further behind, and the constant exceptional fungals all throughout this game. I mean, when there were Broodlords out, there were fungals, and when they're in Ultras out, there were fungals. And it's really, really good. I gotta say, I'm very, very impressed with Leenock's playstyle. The tech switching was awesome, and the fungals were awesome. And I mean, we pretty much saw, we didn't see Mutas, but we saw Roach Hydra, and then we saw Broodlords, and then we saw Ultras, and we even saw a massive amount of Lings at the end back there. So, just doing everything to keep ForGG on his toes, and in the end, it did it, man, because ForGG really, really had the macro going. He had a crazy macro, very, very early 3rd command center, gave him a lot of potential, but the tech switching, man, just boom, kept catching him off guard, and in the end, he just kept getting hit too hard, so he had to give the GG. I'm looking at the... We did have Mutas coming up, man. Leenock, man, you are a crazy bastard. That is officially every tactic, other than like drone rushing, that's every tactic that is possible to have, and maybe Banelings, but he's just going nuts, man. He just went for absolutely everything. So Mutas actually probably weren't a good choice, because one thing that ForGG did do the entire game was build a crap ton of Marines. Even when the Ultras are coming out, he was still building like 9 Marines at a time, as well as his 4 Marauders. But anyway, that is going to be that. This was a beautiful game. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for another one. This has been Hairy Muppet. I'll hope you enjoyed this game. See you guys later.